everybody, Lumpy here with you again. Welcome back into Lumpy's Lounge. I was going to do a reaction video for you today. We'll probably hit that up for you hopefully tomorrow. But it popped up on my Facebook feed that this is the 5-year anniversary of this particular event that I'm going to describe to you today. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity to tell you about the time that not only did I get cussed out at a children's costume contest, but I got a beloved Star Wars actor cussed out at a children's costume contest. So the story starts at Motor City Comic Con, which is the main big comic convention in my area. And it usually happens this weekend here in May. Obviously for same reason as nothing else in the world has happened for the past year or so. It's not happening this weekend. But 5 years ago, one of the things that the comic convention asks my costume group that I've talked about, there's other videos on if you want to go take a peek and see, one of the things that they ask us to do in exchange for providing a space for us to have a display and advertise our group and add some ambiance and, characters around for people to take pictures with and so on. But one of the things that they've asked us to do for a number of years now is to run the kids' costume contest. And for quite a number of years, it was a very easy thing because there'd be like 6 kids and we'd stand them up in front of our little display area and there's 6 kids there. Oh, that's great. That's nice. That's very good. Okay. This person gets the prize and everybody else and we have little coloring books or sticker books or action figures or, so everybody got a little something. And then year after year, it started to grow. We went from 6 kids, and the next year there was 10 kids, and the next year there was 14 kids, and the next year there was 20 kids. And it very quickly got to the point where it wasn't very conducive to do this in front of our display table because, of course, it's a kids costume contest. So it's not just 20 kids. It's 20 kids and their parents and their brothers and sisters and their grandparents and the strollers and the wagons and all of the stuff that goes along with taking a kid around somewhere. So it also, when you got that many kids around, it got to be more work to organize and put together. The representative from our group, who, again, was the go-between with the comic convention and our group, asked for somebody else to take over being in charge of the kids' costume contest. I jokingly and lovingly refer to myself as the trained monkey for our group. And what I mean by that is because I've been a teacher for 25 years, and because my side job is a consultant for a science publishing company, so I teach teachers how to use our particular science program, I'm comfortable talking in front of people. And not everybody is. So I jokingly I refer to myself as the trained monkey for our group, that whenever they need somebody to go and talk, they said, oh, Lumpy will do it. And off I go, because I don't care. I'll talk in front of anybody. So I asked what was involved with running the costume contest. And I was told, all you got to do, keep track of the registrations when they come in, because the convention that particular year wanted to start doing online registrations for the kids contest, similar to what they'd done for the adult contest for a number of years already. They wanted to do online registration, so they said keep track of the registrations as they come in prior to the convention, and then, MC the actual costume contest, which was Sunday afternoon. The convention normally runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the kids' costume contest is normally Sunday afternoon. Yeah, sure, I can do that, no problem. So I thought one of the things that I wanted to initiate was to get celebrity judges. It's a comic convention. There's lots of celebrities around that are doing autograph signings and whatever. And usually what they have at these conventions is they have a number of headline celebrities, the big names, the popular, and then there's a whole bunch of other celebrities, but that maybe aren't quite as recent or well-known or whatever. And I thought it would be kind of cool if I could get a couple of them to kind of act as celebrity judges for the costume contest. Number one, I thought it would give them something to do because they're not always busy signing autographs at their table. I thought it would give the costume contest kind of a little class to it. You know, we have celebrity judges, but the biggest reason was that way I didn't have to try to pick winners and make some of the little kids upset. So anyway, I started going around, and we had told the convention people that the online registrations was perfectly fine, but they needed to stop the registrations, cut them off when they got to 40 kids, because we had no idea what we would get. But when we got to 40 kids, because that way we would have enough for prizes for the winning costumes, and then still have enough in our secret little Star Wars stash to give out the little participation awards or whatever you want to call them for the kids that didn't win the big prizes. So everybody goes home with something. Oh, it's Friday, and I'm getting ready at my house to leave for the costume contest, and I look at the email list that they had given me where the registrations come, and I look, and there's 37 kids signed up. Perfect. Awesome. So I pack up, I go to the convention on Friday, and while I'm there, I'm looking around trying to see which celebrities I'm going to approach and ask if they would participate in the costume contest. And that was also, this is kind of the perfect storm sort of thing, that was also one of the first years that the convention had these professional cosplayers. A lot of times make their living doing these different costumes and photo shoots and conventions and things like that. Or overly busy, I wouldn't think. So I went and asked her if she would be interested. And she said, well, how long is it going to take? And I said, I can't imagine it being more than an hour. And she said, okay. And the one this year was a cosplayer that goes by the name of Ivy Doom Kitty. Wonderful sweetheart of a girl. And so she says, yeah, for an hour I can do that. That would be great. Which I appreciated because, again, that's how these people make their money, is by, being at their table and selling autographs and pictures and so on. So I appreciated, her being willing to take a little time away from her table. And one of the other celebrities that was there was a gentleman by the name of Garrick Hagan. And Garrick Hagan is an English actor who was in the original 1977 Star Wars movie. And he played the character of Biggs, who was Luke Skywalker's best friend while he was growing up. And if you remember the movie well enough, and I'll throw a picture up here of him, he was the pilot with the big dark mustache. Mr. Hagan was there, and we chatted and said hello, and he was interested in our group, and so I asked him, and he agreed to be part of the celebrity judge panel, which again I greatly appreciated. So we get back to the hotel on Friday, and can't get into the email to check and see where they're at with the registrations, and I thought that was odd, and I said, well, did they shut it down because the convention started? Did they shut it down because they got to 40? I don't know. Tried all day Saturday, couldn't get on. Finally, got onto the email list for the registration to find out that I had 74 kids signed up for this costume contest. That caused me to spend the better part of Sunday morning figuring out what in the world I was going to do. Okay? But it also meant that the people who were coming up to our table and wanting to register all day Sunday, I was having to turn away because I had no idea how long this was going to take. And I had promised the couple celebrities that were there that, we'd be done in an hour. So and now I have twice as many kids, and I'm explaining this to people. So I was making friends all day long on Sunday. It comes to time, I revamp everything. That's one of the nice things about having a teacher brain, is you learn how to adjust on the fly real fast. So I revamped what I was originally planning and figured out to put, a different arrangement to kind of organize everything, and off we went. And then we get down to the room that we had told the convention we also needed, because with that many kids, we couldn't do it in front of our display area anymore. So they had given us a room to do this in, and I get there, and the room would have been absolutely fantastic for 40 kids. Not so much for 74 kids, remember, and their parents and the strollers and the wagons and the brothers and the sisters and everybody else. Fortunately, I think it was rather obvious to anybody who was paying attention that things weren't quite going the way we had originally hoped. So everybody was very accommodating and cool. So it's just about time. Showtime for the costume contest was 2:00, and it was 1:58. And I promise now, as we're getting towards the end of here, I promise I'll give you the family-friendly PG version of the end of this story. So it's 1:58. I literally have the microphone in my hand, and I'm just about to step forward and tell everybody, folks, we're getting ready to get started in just a couple of minutes. If you can attempt to try and find a seat or find a spot on the wall or whatever. And here comes this dad up to the front, dragging his what appeared to be about 8, maybe 9-year-old daughter with him. Is it too late to sign up for the contest? In my brain, it's, sir, you're killing me. Out my mouth was, sir, I'm sorry, I can't take any more registrations. I have twice as many kids as they told me I have. Yada, the whole spiel I'd be giving everybody, all my new friends, all day Sunday. And this guy, in front of his daughter, looks at me and proceeds to go right down the line. Looks at me and goes, well, F you, and then he points at Garrick Hagan, and F you, and points at Ivy Doomkitty, and F you, and goes right down and storms off with his kid. And there we just kind of have to stand for a minute and try to figure out, did that really honestly just happen? My revamped plan worked to perfection, and we actually got through. Though the 74 kids gave out the prizes in less than an hour. So we ended up going back around to Mr. Hagan and Ivy Doomkitty and just, thanking them and apologizing for getting them cussed out in the middle of a children's costume contest. So that was 5 years ago today. It's one of my favorite stories of things that has happened to me in this crazy costuming hobby. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next time, hopefully tomorrow, with a reaction video. Until then, guys, be good to each other.